Now friends, as discussed previously, the ADR, that is American Depository Receipt, or the GDR, is the instrument issued by the Indian company outside Indian territory to raise the equity capital. Now friends, as far as the operation of ADR and GDR is concerned, the entire scheme operates as mentioned over here. The Indian company which is listed Indian company, wants to raise equity capital outside India. So the first and foremost task is the Indian company will appoint custodian bank. The custodian bank in India registered with the SEBI. So the place of custodian bank is within the territory of India. The custodian bank is the institution registered with the Security Exchange Board of India to act as custodian. The very objective of the custodian bank is to ensure the proper custody of the equity instrument. Now, after appointing the custodian bank, the Indian company will authorize the depository institute having its place of business outside India duly registered with the SEBI. So, Indian company will authorize the depository institution outside India duly registered with the SEBI. Now, the authority is given to accept the investment and to issue the acknowledgement. Now, after appointment of the custodian bank and authority, the Indian company will issue equity shares and transfer the said equity shares in favor of custodian bank. So, the physical custody of the equity shares or the shares issued will be given to custodian bank. Now, on receipt of custody of the equity shares, the custodian bank will intimate the receipt of equity shares to depository institute. Friends, on receipt of instruction from the custodian bank, the depository institute will invite the investors of other foreign country. Now, in case of ADR, it will invite the American investor. In case of GDR, it will invite the investors of the appropriate country. Now, the investor will invest certain amount in the foreign currency in the equity shares issued by Indian company. Now, whatever amount of investment is received by the depository institution, against them the depository institute will issue the acknowledgement. The acknowledgement issued by the depository institution contains the fact that the depository institution have received such amount of investment from a particular investor against the underlying equity shares of Indian company. Friends, the acknowledgement issued by the depository institution is technically known as depository receipt. So, depository receipt is the acknowledgement issued by the foreign depository institute against the investment received from the investor. The said acknowledgement certifies the fact that the particular investor has invested certain amount in the equity shares of Indian company. Friends, the depository receipt is always in the form of negotiable instrument. That means it can easily be transferred to any other person. Then the depository receipt issued is always in foreign currency denomination. The amount mentioned in the depository receipt is always there in the foreign currency. So this is how the entire scheme of ADR and GDR operates. In brief, friends, Indian listed company wants to raise the finance from outside India. So in order to raise the equity capital in form of ADR and GDR, the Indian company appoints the custodian bank in India registered with the SEBI. The Indian company will authorize the depository institution outside India registered with the SEBI. Indian company will issue the equity shares and transfer the said equity shares in the favor of Indian custodian bank. After receipt of the custody of equity share, the custodian bank will intimate the receipt of equity shares to the depository institution. On receipt of intimation, depository institution invite the foreign investors. Foreign investor will invest the amount. Against the investment, depository receipt will be issued. The depository institute will issue the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement certifies the fact that foreign investor has invested certain amount, and the receipt issued is always in the form of negotiable instrument denominated in the foreign currency. So this is how the entire scheme of ADR and GDR operates. Now friends, next what we are supposed to discuss is in detail the rules and regulation in relation to the ADR and GDR.